Ladies and gentlemen, you just looked at a bunch of landscapes or seascapes that look like this. We have a warm colored sky and a cool colored either sea or land. It's going to be your choice. Alright, so in a little bit you will also have a choice to whether you want to use chalk pastels or if you want to use watercolor paints, but all of them start out exactly the same. You are going to need a pencil and a Sharpie. You're going to use pencil first. I'm going to use a Sharpie so that you guys can see clearer. Alrighty, so I am going to add a border. You can add your border any way you want to. I want to have a 1/2 inch border, so I'm going to mark a dot on all 4 sides at a 1/2 inch. I am now done with my border. Now you want to draw your horizon line. It can be a curve, it can be a wiggle, it can be straight. It is whatever you want it to be. And I'm drawing a seascape, so I want it to be a wiggle. Now you're going to pick where you want your sun to be. I'm going to put my sun off to the side. My sun is dipped under the land, and now I add a bunch of rays. Your rays can be straight, they can be wiggly, some can get closer, some can get wider. It's completely up to you, however you want to do your rays. Okay, and now I want to add some waves. Two lines to every wave. Alright, I'm going to define this line even thicker and darker. I'm going to make a few of these lines varied. Now we're going to pick some places to add extra lines to. These are simple lines, not complicated designs. Okay, this one is done. So we are going to do the same thing for watercolor as we're going to do for chalk pastel. I'm going to really quickly make a second one. So on this one, I am going to be using chalk pastel. Remember, warm colors in the sky. Okay, for the bottom, we want cool colors, and I'm going to let the grass be green and blue and purple, and I'm going to be completely okay with that. Alright, I've switched back to my seascape, and on my seascape I am going to be painting. So you're going to need a water bucket, a watercolor palette, and your paintbrush. Again, your warm colors in the sky and your cool colors in your water or your land. So I dipped my brush, I swirl it on my paint, and I paint. Okay, now that I'm going to move on to my water, now I'm moving on to my cool colors, and I'll even let some green be in here too. I'm not going to be afraid of putting green into the water. There we go. I am now all done with painting my watercolor seascape. So you have two options once you draw your lines and you cover it with Sharpie to either do watercolor or you can do chalk pastel, and we are blending colors together in different areas. So my sun I blended, and lots of my lines I blended, and my hills I blended as well. And then the same thing here, I blended watercolors together, and it's okay if some colors bleed into other areas. This is more of an abstract landscape than anything else. Alright guys, happy creating!